What is up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with my own new review of Love and Marriage DC. Let's get into it. It is still the night of Jason's party, and when Jamie and little Jamie had a conversation, little Jamie walked off. Producers came and got big Jamie to say, "Talk to your son." We see little Jamie crouched on the floor, and no, he's not feeling heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this whole scene was little Jamie not feeling heard. Nobody would let him speak. Before he could even get a word out, Jamie said, "Stop playing with me. You better stop playing with me. Try to create a scene in front of these cameras. I'm not gonna deal with that." No, no, no. So of course he's feeling like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So they have to separate them, right? Little Jamie is with his mom. Big Jamie is being escorted out the opposite direction. And Arena is always in the middle of it, you know? And she said, "You will not put your hands on your father." You understand me? And I don't think he wanted to. But considering the fact that all of y'all won't let him speak, he wanted to talk. He said, "No, listen to me. No, listen to me. Listen to me." And it's never okay. It's never okay for a parent to put their hands on their child when they're older, vice versa. It is never okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going back to how I said in my last video. Jamie should not have wanted this conversation. This was about Jason. And until you are at a better space in your head and you're at a calmer level of your emotions, this would have been a different situation. You did not need to have this conversation right now, okay? And he's like, "No, Ma, listen to me." Little Jamie is talking to his mom. He said, "Listen to me, Ma, listen, listen. I did everything I need to do to get the job, okay? I passed my drug test. I passed the physical. I didn't get it because of my background check." But I feel like that's what he's saying, you know? I was doing what I was supposed to do. But my background check, I couldn't get the job. So I guess it's kind of like, don't make me out to be a failure to think that I did not do what I was supposed to do to complete getting the job. I couldn't get hired because of my background check. It didn't mean that he didn't want the job. He just couldn't get hired because of his background check. So they're both in their private corners, okay? Jamie is talking to Cliff about how you gonna tell me we don't do nothing for you. Me and your grandmama got your car. We pay insurance on your car. We doing that. And Jamie was on live with Arena last week about him giving Jamie $100. So when he does his events and he gets paid, he gives little Jamie $100 out of that check because he's kind of working for him in a way. So it's not an allowance though. But at the same time, while I'm giving this to you, you should still want something for yourself, you know? And Quick was also talking to little Jamie about, you know what? Don't let a man get you down, especially your father or any man. Don't let them knock you down to thinking that what you're doing isn't good. I know you're trying to come back from something terrible and you're trying to move on with your life, trying to do something differently. Don't let nobody tear you down. Okay. Don't have him do that. All right. And while it was good advice that Quick gave him, little Jamie wasn't hearing it because I'm mad. Okay, Quick, you can go ahead and sit down. Also, feel like later in the season, because of Ashley and Quick talking about Jamie being a bad kid, that can also carry into the energy between them because they already went on live and everything about why did Ashley and Quick call little Jamie a bad son, which wasn't right. So that's gonna tie into the rest of this season. Um, and that was just an inappropriate scene. That was a very terrible scene. At this point, I'm just looking at little Jamie like he needs a hug. Okay. He needs someone to support him, talk to him, not talk at him. Okay. Because Jamie, all he wanted to do was just tell him to stop playing with me. Stop doing this. You don't want me to get ugly. Okay. Stop playing with me. But y'all are exposing little Jamie to this. Okay. Well, all the comments that we've seen, y'all are exposing him to that. Y'all shouldn't have this moment, you know? But we're gonna move on from there. Winter. Winter is back, okay? And listen, last season when Winter was on the scene, a lot of people did not like her, but I did. I loved her. Majority of I loved everybody else, okay? She was the only one that was giving me something. And when she made up that song at the last season of Sign My Papers, she made a single. I love the single. I downloaded the single. And in reality, Kevin did sign them papers and give her divorce. Okay. She is now back to being a single woman. All right. Okay. Now, since the release of that song, she's now being a better mom, handling her business, and now putting out more music. I don't know if that means that Winter will be doing music full time, maybe like a hobby or something, because Sign My Papers wasn't supposed to be a song, but it became a song. You know what I'm saying? So why not? All right. And we meet the other new cast member on the show. Her name is Sherelle. And we meet the producer who wrote the song, who co wrote the song Sign My Papers with her. And she's really excited to get to know Sherelle and everything. And the song that she's in the booth with is called Gutter Barbies. Okay. Now, of course, Gutter Barbies is the name that she gave Ashley and Arena last season, which are pretty women who aim low. All right. And is this song about them? She said no, it's not. Even though the title is called Gutter Barbies. Now, she did do an interview with Carlos about the song, and she said no, it's not about them. I've heard snippets of the beat, but not really the lyrics though. But I can't wait for the song to come out. I think it's gonna be another big hit, okay? I know it could be like, well, you named them Gutter Barbies, so why would it be about them? I don't think it is. It could be like a representation of other women or other situations that have led to you being around gutter Barbies, okay? Because she named it Pretty Women Who Aim Low. That could be towards anybody, not specifically directed towards Arena and Ashley, okay? Um, then, you know, Sherelle said, all right, listen, I'm gonna let you know before somebody else do. I am going to Ashley's event, okay? And I'm going to mention that you wrote this song called Gutter Barbies, okay? Because she loves Ashley. She's known Ashley and Quick a very long time, and she's not straddling the fence. She's being neutral, being an adult. So I just want to let her know. You know what I'm saying? And in the moment, I can see that Sherelle wanted to be neutral, but the way that she carried on wanting to be neutral, it made me question it a little bit. So then, coming across from the reunion between everybody. So, how are you still in a good place with everybody? Have you spoken to anybody? No, not since the reunion, not since she apologized for the upteen time to them. They did not accept her apology. That's not her problem. That's their problem. And don't know what the future could hold for them to get back on the same page. Okay. So Sherelle gives her advice about, I'm letting you know, it's very touchy when it comes to husbands and kids. Not a lot of women are going to be receptive of you saying you got information on her kids, on her husband. Okay. So be careful. All right. Um, Last season, Winter was sent a lot of information about Arena and Jamie and their children. All right. And she reached out to Arena to talk to her about it, but she never reached back. And it's looking at what is her motive. Why does she need to do this? You know what I'm saying? Because talking about somebody else's kids and husbands could be dangerous. But let's not get it twisted. We're going back to the first season where Arena and Ashley were coming at Winter, her situation. All right. They were coming at her about her hair, her mental status, her first husband. They were coming at her hard. So she responded to that and also received information that she did not think is appropriate for her to have. So she wanted to let them know, so y'all could be prepared. If it's to come out, y'all know what it is. Um, Now, Sherelle to me is in a compromising position. Okay. She's not trying to shroud the fence. She's not trying to do this and do that. My thing is, Sherelle, if you want to be neutral, just don't talk about the other people. Don't talk about Winter in front of them, and don't talk about them in front of Winter. That is how you become neutral. Okay. If you want to still keep up a friendship with Ashley and Arena and you're still developing a friendship with Winter, just stay neutral. Just stay out of it. I mean, I understand you letting them know about the song and everything, but don't come into trying to fix their relationship or fix their friendship or fix anything else. Don't do that. All right. Moving on from there, Ashley. Ashley is doing a press week for her book called Do That Shh. All right. She's at the hottest new TV station in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? She's put a lot of her heart and soul into this book, invested a lot into this book to tell her story. You know how people look at depression differently. They think because you're smiling, you're out all the time, you're living good, right? You don't have no problems. But depression doesn't always mean you're happy all the time. Depression is something that you have to really dig deep, because we do see people who is smiling, happy, full of life. They don't got no problems. They're not mad about anything. They're not sad about anything. You never know. We've seen too many suicides happening this year alone. And it's like, damn, you just never know what people are going through. Because depression, there's no face of depression. You cannot tell someone has depression by looking at them. You know what I'm saying? I deal with depression. I deal with anxiety as well. And I have to fight through it every single time, you know? Um, with the host asking her about that, the host segued into talking about rumors on the street about Monique and Chris separating. Can you give us some insight about that? Of course, it caught her off guard because this is supposed to be about my book. Why are you asking me about Monique and Chris? So her way of turning it back to her was, well, my marriage is good, all right, and I haven't spoken to him in about a week, so that's all I can say, you know. And it was like, why did she have to mention that? You know what I'm saying? But Ashley's turning around was appropriate, of course, you know, and she didn't like that they wanted to mention that because it wasn't about them, it was about her. And she says that she don't talk about business, other people's business. Girl, you lying, because the first episode you were going back and forth with Arena about what could they be doing, they shouldn't live separately, they got a big ass house. You were saying a whole bunch of stuff, so you convinced me how you don't talk about other people's business. um Arena, Arena is, excuse me, she's taking in some boxes from Jason because he's going into the Doors program. And Jason, no, what's his name? Jamie. Her and Jamie are still reveling in the night before with Jamie. You know what I'm saying? How are we going to get through this? And as you can see, Jamie, Jamie fell down the stairs. It was so funny to see. I had to rewind him. I said, not you falling down the stairs. Listen, Listen, I've done that before. It is comical as hell how you can know the stairs are there. You see the stairs. You walk up and down these stairs more than once. The one time you come down, you miss a step. And he was laughing so hard. Arena said, not you falling down the steps. Yes, child. That was so funny to me. Okay. Okay, so they get to talk about little Jamie, and Big Jamie said, I'm not enabling him anymore. I'm done talking to him. It's up to him to figure out on his own. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I think that at some point, I just want to know when. When at some point did you guys cut the umbilical cord, let him fly? When? Because obviously he having a hard time flying. You know, when did y'all stop teaching him on what to do when he gets older? When did y'all stop? Because I've definitely been calling and enabling him all this time. And now, since he's 26, you're saying, I'm tired of helping you. Help yourself. You should have stopped helping him when he would learn how to do it on his own. So he wouldn't put his hands on him, of course, but he just wants to know where's all this is coming from. You know, why does he need to distance himself from other people? But at the same time, he said, I don't distance myself from the family. I distance myself from you. Because Jamie don't look like the type of person that's easy to talk to. Okay. He's quick to, you know, defend. Well, he has a defensive stance and he has an aggressive defensive stance, you know? And Arena said, I've spoken to him, you know, but she also said that my son told me that his father don't like him. Now she's defending with that Jamie loves his son, you know, but to hear that your son don't like his father, there's gotta be something. I have now realized at the age that I am, I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying I love my siblings, I love my aunt, I love my father, but sometimes I just don't like the way he does things. I don't like the way he talks to me. I don't like the way she says things. I think that's normal. That shows that there's some things that you have to work on in yourself when it comes to discussing and talking about things. You know what I'm saying? And Arain is pretty much like the fact that he's feeling like nobody cares about him, nobody loves him, nobody supports him. There are a lot of kids who feel like that and they end up harming themselves. And I don't want that for my son. I don't want my son to feel like nobody cares about him, nobody supporting him, nobody wants him to do good. I don't want him to do that. Okay. And you know, it's kind of like, what have y'all not done? What have y'all not talked about? You know? And Jamie said, this is why you frustrate me. Because I didn't do nothing to him. He left the house. Jamie, you are not taking accountability for where you are now with your son. There had to have been something in him growing up that you felt like this is this. You had to. For you to say, I don't know, I didn't do nothing to him. Jamie is not doing this for no reason. He's not doing this for attention. He's crying for help. And you don't want to understand why he's crying for help because you feel like I did what I could. Why don't he do what I want him to do? It's not my fault that he did this. No, stop. Just stop. Okay? Like, come on now. When at some point did you drop the ball? It is okay for parents to admit there are some things that I did not find comfortable talking about, but I think we need to talk about. Because Arena said, listen, we have to figure out a different way of talking. Everything don't need to be a yell. Everything needs to be a you gotta do this and you gotta do that because Jamie has a hard demeanor talking to people. He does. And it could be him being a cop, having that sergeant mentality, but Jamie don't talk with love. Jamie talks with combativeness, argue, angry, like you know how he treated her Raina last season when she was crying because she wanted to keep a perfect image. He said, "What you crying for?" Not giving a fuck about her. He is emotionally unattached. He is emotionally unavailable, and he needs to go to therapy. And that's what Arena said. I think we need to talk to somebody that doesn't know us, doesn't know Jamie, someone who is completely unbiased. All right, who can come from a neutral standpoint. We all need counseling, and I'm agreeing to that. I am in agreement to that. Okay. Cause y'all gotta realize there's some things that almost everybody dropped the ball on. Mom, dad, granny, sister, almost everybody dropped the ball when it came down to this. That's why I said in my last video, did Jamie feel he didn't get the attention because all the attention was on Jason because he was disabled? What happened? I want to know, you know? But moving on from that, we get Ashley and her best friend Alicia. They're putting together bundles for her book. Her best friend Alicia, they've been best friends since ninth grade. She knows everything about her life. They've gone through a lot together. And getting ready for the book, she sent her sister a book. And the book pretty much talks about what Ashley went through. When Ashley was 16, her mother moved out to be with her boyfriend. Wow. At 16, Ashley was practically forced to be a grown up at 16 when her mother left to be with her boyfriend. Because wanting to know how did the mother ever think at some point to leave your child, your 16-year-old child, to move in with your boyfriend? What happened there? And how did Ashley, deal with that? I want to know how that went. So basically, her mom has a different recollection of what happened. Okay. Now she don't mind that other people are talking about it though, but for her mom to admit what she did, oh no, that's gonna be a whole different topic, a whole different situation. Because she's not gonna think what she did was wrong. She's gonna say it was something else, and that's not what happened. Child, that's gonna be a conversation because we're gonna see that she's gonna have a sit down with her mother about it. So Alicia and Ashley have came up with uh a tradition that they will get meaningless tattoos. They started a year ago from looking at a video on TikTok. And she has her tattoo artist coming along and they're going to do a tattoo of a happy face. I think Alicia's going to get the two eyes and Ashley's going to get the smile on the end. And when they put their fingers together, it's supposed to be an hilarious thing. And I'm like, that's kind of cute. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to have a funny tattoo thing for my sisters and have a little tattoo funny joke with my husband because we want more tattoos. So yeah, it's kind of fun, doing dumb shit. Like, do dumb shit that makes sense. Okay, get a funny tattoo, yeah, but don't get like a ridiculous funny tattoo that you can't like get rid of. But I mean, that was cool and all. But then, they were talking about meeting Joy. Okay, now Ashley knows Joy, but did Alicia like Joy? She said she did. You know what I'm saying? But it was still kind of odd for both of them to wonder why did she get invited for a regular segment to speak to single mothers. But I also feel like y'all didn't give her a chance to explain why she got invited, and y'all didn't come up with congratulations. Y'all wanted to poke holes. Y'all wanted to question it. Cause Alicia being a single mother, like, girl, I know what it's like, but she don't know what it's like because she's not a single mother. Again, it's been established. Joy is not a single mother, okay? She does not know how it works, but have y'all ever thought about the regular segment could have been an open panelist for other people's opinions, other people's experiences, not just hers? It could have been a single mother on that stage, a therapist, a psychiatrist. It could have been something, but they also want to give props to Joy for taking on that type of challenge, taking on being questioned like that. And she did not back down. She did not cry because they subtly talked about the last time Ashley asked a question towards somebody, it was a whole melee. Because same with y'all did Joy, it was tone and delivery. last season, Ashley had a fucked up tone and delivery when asking Winter a question because she wasn't coming from "I want to know." She was coming from "I want to embarrass you." That's how it was to me. All right, but it still gave them, they still give them a way to like give credit to Joy. I'm like, okay, she's still firm. She didn't back down, so she cool, fine. Joy. Joy comes over to Arena's house. She's known them for about a year now. Clifton and Jamie have known each other for a very long time. And it was nice meeting Alicia. They're from Baltimore, all three of them. Joy, Alicia, and Ashley, they're from Baltimore. So she felt like it was home. But she did not like getting double teamed by the both of them about speaking at a function about single mothers. But didn't give her the benefit of the doubt to even give her the chance to talk about it. They just ran her off like, "You're not a mom. How could you speak to single mothers about being a single mother if you're not a single mother or dating?" Like all that stuff, right? But listen. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna make it to a big deal. But if the same thing happens again, then it's a pattern. Okay. Um, Pretty much like I said, giving me Ashley's tone from the first season. All right. Now, the one thing that was mentioned was Clifton felt the way about it because he saw that Ashley was rolling her eyes throughout the whole time. So I'm like, at what point did she roll in her eyes? I didn't see that. But if he saw that, then he was like, yeah, that's a problem for me. So that's when she was like, okay, so I hear what you're saying. Because I didn't like it, but you saw that, that makes it something totally different. So she you know, wants to talk about it if need be. Arena said that she didn't mind it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't think that Ashley and Alicia weren't ganging up on her, even though Arena didn't think that this should have been an issue to have a conversation about. So I'm like, which one is it though, Arena? Was it not a problem? And did they not gang up on her? But if Joy is receiving that this wasn't a congratulations energy. This was how dare you get invited to do something where you had no business doing. It's just like kind of like how it was last season. You said that if she did feel away, then she should talk about it. But I don't think that they were double teaming. You give me the same energy you gave last season when it came down to Winter. You thought that Winter was being too sensitive after being asked a question without realizing that Ashley came across rude and disrespectful. But now you want to give that same energy to Joy, saying if she felt the way, say something. Okay, fine. Sure. Like I'm repeating myself. Like it's nothing wrong with asking a question. It's a way you ask a question. It's how your tone and delivery takes part in that. All right. So we are at Ashley's Pink event. It's her Think Pink Bitch event that her and Alicia do several times throughout the year from their podcast. They invite every woman there. You don't have to be a mom, a aunt, a sister. It's all for women. Okay. They all wear pink. Okay. And everybody's waiting outside, right? But the cast was invited in. We see Alicia coming in, Arena coming in with the gutter Barbie jacket, okay? Her daughter coming in. If y'all don't know last season, when Winter made that comment, both Ashley and Arena started making merchandise called Gutter Barbies. Hey, they capitalized off a name. I ain't nothing wrong with it. So now I'm wondering how is Ashley gonna feel about that Gutter Barbie jacket? Because I'm thinking that Ashley is likely easy to piss off when something is reminded of her, but the first episode they toasted to being Gutter Barbies. So I hope that none of them feel the way about a song. You know what I'm saying? So Joy come in with this dominatrix outfit with this pink wig on and giving body and everything, had a paddle. I say yes, Joy. Yes, okay. Pretty much giving credit to Winter. Y'all embracing the Gutter Barbie name, making jackets and shit. Give Winter her coins. So I feel like is it smart? It's smart for y'all to make money. It's smart for Winter to make a song. Okay. Now Sherelle comes in giving body. Okay, she is a thick girl. She is PHAT, fat, pretty hot and thick. All right. And she is confidant. Okay. I'm like, yes, Sherelle, giving me all the confidence. Okay. um, Ashley says she met Sherelle when she was doing her first website. She co-wrote it, co-produced it. Every once in a while, she invites her out, which has a big event. She's a friend of hers, okay? And when you hear Sherelle, you hear Sherelle. She's loud. You know when she's in the building. So when she comes in, I actually introduce her to Joy. Joy immediately wasn't here for it because she knows her husband. Her husband, I forgot her husband's name. I think it's Black. Is his nickname or something? Black. Black and Joy was in a group called Mambo Sauce. I had to look it up. And apparently, Sherelle's husband went solo and tarnished everybody else's dream of singing from that point on. And that's where Joy's coming from. At one point, he ruined my chances to sing. And anybody who was associated with him, I don't fool with them. I'm like, wait a minute. I want to know more about this because you giving this energy to the wife, but if the husband was the one who ruined y'all chances to sing after being in a group, you should take that energy to him, not her. If there's some conversations where you and her were going back and forth and her defending her husband and she said something, then I can understand that. So more needs to come from this situation. I'm intrigued. I want to know about this sabotage in the group. What is in the making band going on here? Okay, behind the music and shit. I'm here for it. All right. So Ashley and Arena are being lighthearted because they're capitalizing off this gutter Barbie thing. Now it gave Sherelle a chance to talk about a song. Okay. Now, what she wanted to do was clear off the fact that her husband doesn't create diss tracks. That's what my husband don't do. All right. At the same time, you got Arena wearing that jacket. And she feels like, why is Sherelle telling Ashley that Winter's writing a song about Gutter Barbie? I don't think she's playing the right side. I think she's playing both sides. But I'm looking at the scene. I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, Sherelle, you don't have the right or you don't have the permission to tell someone else that your husband don't write this, he don't produce this. Girl, if the money is good, he'll produce any song he wants to. Are we not in a time where we're hearing songs about anything at this point? Like, it doesn't matter if the song is about this. If the beat is good, the melody is right, people gonna listen to it. So for you to say my husband don't write diss tracks, my husband don't produce this, produce that, girl, miss me. Okay, there have been plenty of worse songs being produced that shouldn't have been produced, but somebody's making money. Okay, catch me outside. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you can miss me with that, Sherelle. All right, you can miss me with that. Now, after that, um, they're just kind of like, okay, like I don't understand what you're telling me about. But at the same time, with her trying to defend her case about her husband producing this song, Arraina and Ashley are also being good of bitches by not calling Winter by her name. They're saying, oh, Snowflake, he created a song for Snowflake. How childish are we? Y'all did the same thing about last season where y'all calling her half shaved side head or something because y'all found it completely weird that her hair was shaved. And I'm like, y'all whack as fuck for that. So in the end, I don't think that Sherelle made it better by telling them about the song when all she had to do was say that they wrote a song. She didn't have to say it was about them because I don't think it is. And I felt like Sherelle, your way of trying to be neutral fell flat. I feel like you're still trying to paint Winter out to be by herself, that she's doing this to y'all. I'm like, you know what she's doing, and I'm not putting myself in it. My husband and I are not in this whatsoever. And like I said, it goes back to them not getting her name right. They're purposely calling her Snowflake, not calling her Winter. And Ashley was like, I think that Sherelle is trying to cover her own ass by saying that her husband don't produce this track. But girl, please, you failing flat. And it's a whole lot of ass to cover, okay? And the whole is to be an homage to them. No, it's not. And I feel like let Winter speak for herself. That's what happened last time. Let Winter speak about what is the premise of this song. All you had to do was say, y'all, she's making a song about y'all, or she's making a song about Gutter Barbies. I don't know if it's about y'all or not, but just keep in mind. So how can a song be positive? Like I said, Arena calls out Sherelle for playing both sides and everything. But I feel like, listen, let's not get it twisted though, Lorena. You are coming at Sherelle for bringing up Winter about a Gutter Barbie song, but yet you showed up on the scene with a Gutter Barbie jacket. So again, y'all can laugh about being called a name, but yet you get mad when that person who gave y'all a name is being mentioned. Make that make sense. Just like last season, y'all got mad but laughed at the nickname she gave y'all, but yet laughed when everybody else came up with the same nickname. So to me, it's kind of like y'all can miss me with this, okay? Like when Monique had that game night and she brought a red light special and the fun size Snickers, y'all laughed. But Winter came in, you were talking about my husband. Miss me, okay? So now everybody is sitting around. You got Joy, Alicia, Ashley, Arena, and Sherelle, okay? Now to me, Sherelle was loud as hell. I don't know why she was so loud that she had to clear up that her husband is not doing this, her husband is not doing that. I'm like, why are you so loud? Like, I don't I don't understand what the energy was. I felt like she was talking out of guilt because she wanted to hurry up and speak her case. So someone to ask her about it. She said that's why I said this. So you can't act like I didn't say nothing to y'all. Okay. No, cover up her tracks and everything. And then she said, I'm not picking sides. I don't play about friendships. I don't play that fake shit. I don't care who's popular. I'm gonna stick with y'all and worry about this and that, and the third. But who's asking you? Who's asking you to pick a side? Who's asking you to choose? Ain't nobody asking you. And Arena said, why you mentioning her? Why you wearing the fucking jacket, Arena? Like, miss me. Um, and act like I haven't talked about her because you did. And Arena open about receiving a DM from Winter about receipts by her family. Ashley getting annoyed and blah blah blah. And I told her, don't come with me with receipts and this and that, a third. So knowing that Winter reached out to Arena, she hasn't responded. She thinks that Sherelle came to her to tell her that Winter wants to talk to her. I felt like Winter don't need nobody speaking for her that she wants to have a conversation, which is why Winter herself gave her a message telling her, I got information about you and your family and I want you to know. So can we meet? She don't need Sherelle to tell her about that. Sherelle decided to be the messenger and add that in. She was the one who wanted to tell her about the song, and now she mentioned the DM. She did not have to do that. To me, Arena was still giving. I want to be cool with Ashley. It's okay that I speak to her. Ashley says you can speak to her because I'm not. I don't want to be cool with her. She wasn't cool with Arena. I don't want to be cool with her. Just like how she did it last season when she did get an apology from Winter. Ashley felt the way about her receiving an apology from Winter and said, "Oh, you best friend with her now. You her friend now. Remember that? Y'all can miss me." So now Sherelle has to be dismissed because Ashley wants to talk about her without her there. Like, go get a drink or go make sure everybody else have a drink. And she's like, oh, so I'm done? Yeah, I'm done. So I felt like, listen, Sherelle, you trying to be neutral, it didn't work. Okay. But Arena said, I'm going to meet with her as a woman, final and all. It's the last time I meet up with her, okay? Ashley says she don't care about Sherelle having a friendship with Winter, but she wants to know, is it a real friendship or is it for her to go after Ashley? Why do Winter needs to have a friendship with somebody to go after you? She does not care about you like that, Ashley, like you care about her, okay? And the look on Ashley's face, she don't like the fact that Sherelle is developing a friendship with Winter. She don't like it. And I could be right back into how I was the first time I reviewed the show. What did Winter do to Ashley? What did she do? Because the whole animosity that Ashley had for Winter didn't make no sense. It don't make no sense now. But we're gonna find out more later in the season. So Winter and Arena, they have decided to meet up because of the DM that Winter sent, trying to get things, situated with the information she was received. They gotten over the red light special nickname, okay? The information she received, she wanted to tell her about it. She didn't want to be messy, but it became a negative concept of you not trying to be messy to be a messy, but you were on your nightcap with Carlos King. Okay. So when she was on the nightcap, Carlos asked her a question. Do you think that Jamie has cheated on Arena? Winter said, I think that they both cheat on each other. They have decided to stick by each other and I support it. Let's not forget why Winter felt like that. Because Arena, without Winter asking, Arena gave information that she suspected that Jane was cheating on her. She never caught him, but suspected it, but he caught her having an emotional affair with somebody. And I said in my video, if y'all check out my Love Marriage DC reviews, go ahead and check it out on my Diamond Love YouTube page. She was about to suspect him doing something, but he caught her doing something. So With that information, Winter took it as okay, well, they both cheat on each other and they still want to stick together. That's fine. We already felt like Jamie has cheated on her before when she said that he fell asleep at a red light and did not answer the phone. Suspect. Um, so yeah, from that nightcap, she apologized. I wish she didn't because let's not forget Ashley and Quick was also on the nightcap and they were talking about Winter as well. But did Winter expect an apology? Did Winter come at them about what they said? Oh no, she just chopped it off with somebody gotta throw shade. This is what the show does. Moving on. Why is Arena expect? See, I'm tired of Winter apologizing already. I'm tired of it. Okay. I want Winter to stick it to her guns that she was being shady and she meant that shit. Just like how they're being shady about her and they meant that shit. That's what I want for Winter to do this season, okay? And I feel like you are on a reality show, Arena, where people are going to talk about you. People are going to make comments about you. If you did not want none of your shit to be spilled, don't get on a reality show. Like, like that's the thing for me. So Arena has kept in tabs of what Winter has been doing. Just like you said, she was on a podcast. She said this. Winter said, I don't talk about y'all. If I had a receipt of every time y'all kept tabs on me, I will need a receipt as long as a CVS. I will need a long CVS receipt because I've definitely been talking about me. Okay. And this is the same energy that she had with Arena before, when Arena want to step up and come at her in her face, and Winter did not move an inch. Can I tell y'all that? This is the second time. Third time Winter did not move an inch when they want to get in her face about something. And so don't get offense of her talking about situation or talking about y'all situation when it was the energy y'all gave. So going back and forth, you know, how you said a comment about my child. Okay. Since being off the show, Winter hasn't said nothing at all about the receipts that she was given, which why she sent them to Arena. Okay. Now she wanted to know what was being said. What was being said, okay? Because I'm letting you know what was going on. Because as a woman, it was about your children. And I figured you'll want to know. Arena said that if we were friends in real life, I would have accepted it. But we're not friends. So I feel like you're coming across as being messy. It could be. It could be. But it's also, girl, I'm keeping you a heads up. Somebody's talking about you. Somebody in your circle knows some real information about you. And I think you need to know who it is. So we get to the DM, okay? And the DM was about Jason, okay? Because Winter said, I'm a mother. And I figured you being a mother, you will want to know what's being said. And I'm letting you know, check your circle. Because there's somebody in your circle who is running their mouths about you, sending it to other people. So what was the comment? What was the information that Winter sent her? She said, I'm not about to do it because I know what I sent. Okay, well, tell me. Tell me what you sent. So she read it. It was a comment about Jamie and Arena acting like they raised Jason, but they didn't. He was sent off to a school for the blind, but he aged out of that school and they had her mother come in and raise him so they can run the streets. That's the detailed information right there. How could someone know that you send Jason to a school for the blind? How could they know that your mother came over and helped raise him so y'all can run the streets? Somebody had to know personal information about that particular situation. That don't sound like somebody made that up. That sounds somebody who knows for a fact what you did when Jason was growing up. But that was a to be continued. Okay, we're gonna get another cliffhanger of Arena and Winter going back and forth, and I'm like, well, thank you, Winter. Thank you, Winter, for coming back. Thank you, Winter, for getting shit started like you did the first season. I'm still here for Winter, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I was Team Winter last season. I'm be Team Winter again this season. There might be times I might call her out for certain things, but other than that, I'm not gonna change my way how I feel about Winter because I'm trying to give a new slate to everybody, including Arena and Ashley. She already starting off with me, Ashley. Arena, you still might be giving me the same energy, being a follower, but yeah, yeah. Um, Loved it. Loved it. All right. But y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for next video.